Hello again everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's video is going to be a full house clean. I spent all day dealing with the chaos that was left for me after the weekend, and I thought I would take you guys along with me and show you how I deal with a very chaotic house. So recently at work I have begun working weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and because I am at work and everybody else is at home, I often come back to a absolute mess when I get back from work on a Sunday. So I thought I would show you it this time around because it was particularly bad and it was driving me a bit crazy. When I came through the door on Sunday, I was quite shocked to see how bad it was. And I knew that I was going to have to spend today dealing with it. So that's what I did. So we're going to start off showing you the lounge and the dining area, the state that it's currently in, and moving into the kitchen. As you can see, the worktops are just covered in stuff, dirty dishes, packaging, everything you can imagine is on them worktops. We've got laundry on the floor. The bins are overflowing, the floor itself is dirty, and it's just chaos. I cleaned the kitchen on a deep clean just a couple of days ago, and you would never believe it to look at it now. Moving into the bathroom, it's not too bad, but it's definitely a bit grimy. Obviously some people have been having some showers and haven't bothered to clean it out afterwards as usual, so again that falls to me. I do resent the fact that I have to spend my days off cleaning this house. I would much rather be doing a hobby or going out, just, you know, enjoying my day off, but clearly the house has other ideas and I need to spend my days off pretty much just cleaning. So I began the clean up this morning in the lounge. This for me was going to be the easiest room to do. I'd just done a clean on it a couple of days ago, like I did the kitchen, and so it didn't really need cleaning, it just needed tidying. So I started with the coffee table, just taking all the bits off that had been dumped on there. And then I moved on to the sofa areas and gave them a clear off too. As you can see, there's school bags, blankets, coats, packaging, everything you can think of gets dumped on these sofas on a daily basis. It's a never-ending job trying to keep them clear and keep them nice. Next I did the bins down in this corner. I know that you can't see it on the video, but I keep a little metal wire bin. And realistically I need to be cleaning this out daily. At the moment it gets done maybe 3 times a week, but it is always full. I think it's just an area of the room that just gathers muck. Like when people get deliveries and there's packaging, cardboard, things like that, it all gets put into this tiny bin. And before you know it, it's just overflowing. So I have to empty the bin and then pull all of the rubbish from down the side of the chair that has spilled out of the bin and get all that put into the bin bag as well. It's not much fun, it's difficult to reach down there, but at the moment I can't really think of a solution that would work better. I don't want to be able to see the bin, so for now this is just where the bin lives, and it's just one of them awkward things that I have to do a little more often, I think. Now moving on to this corner, I had to empty this corner out because we were taking some pictures of the kids for their passport photos and that's the only sort of clear bit of light coloured wall that we have available, so I moved all the stuff out so we could take their photos. That's all been sent off for now. Passports are on their way, which is quite nice. Had to move all them bits back into there. So next on my list was this disaster kitchen. I was absolutely dreading this. Obviously yesterday was a Sunday and my husband prepared a lovely roast dinner. But as a horrible side effect of a beautiful roast dinner, you have a lot of mess. And unfortunately it got left for me this morning to do. So the first thing I wanted to do when I went into the kitchen was just get all of the dishes done, because then I'd be able to see what I was really dealing with in the kitchen, as opposed to just loads of dirty dishes. So I started off by washing all of those up, and then I can get to the worktops. Now that the dishes are done, I'm just going to leave them to air dry while I deal with the countertops. So I had some rolls that I needed to put away. These are rolls that I use for my youngest daughter's lunchbox for school. We recently had to take her off of school dinners and put her back onto school lunches. It's not something that I really wanted to do, but the cost of school meals at the moment is absolutely ridiculous. I think she was paying £2.30 for a very basic sandwich. You wouldn't even pay that in the shops for a sandwich. I think it's absolutely ludicrous. It was coming out to £35 a week I was having to put onto her school lunch account, and she wasn't eating particularly well. She wasn't having hot food or anything like that. She was just having packed lunch stuff, just the school preparing it instead of me. So yeah, we've popped her back onto packed lunches, which I hate because I really hate making sandwiches first thing in the morning, but you know, it's going to save us a lot of money in the long run. So I've just cleaned off the worktop, and I'm going to go over it with a little bit of Zoflora diluted in some hot water. At the moment, as I said on my video the other day, I am just using up my Zoflora. Once it's all gone, I will be reverting back to a much more simple cleaning system without seasonal scents. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love a seasonal scent, but it gets a bit silly when you've got all 4 seasons sat in your cupboard and multiple bottles of each as a rule for me. So I really would like to just have a very basic cleaning solution that I use all over the house. I'll probably go for something along the lines of like a Flash multi-purpose, something along those lines, maybe even a store-owned brand. Just a lemon or a cotton scented cleaner that I can use in every room would be just really nice, and then it will save me a lot of cupboard space as well. For the kitchen at the moment, for my spray, I'm using just a dilute dishwashing soap and tiny bit of bleach in warm water in a bottle, just because it just makes me feel like it's been really cleaned. If it smells a little bit bleachy, I know some people hate the smell, but for me it's like, yes, I have cleaned in here. So now that the worktops are done, I'm just popping all the rubbish out. As you remember from the beginning of the video, the bins were absolutely overflowing, and I live in the kind of household where people just pile stuff on top of full bins rather than emptying them themselves. It's something that I hate doing. It was supposed to be my husband's job, but I end up doing them at least twice a week myself, and it irks me. It really does. I hate doing the bins. I really wanted to invest in some bigger bins, but I feel like they're just going to compound the problem, because when they do get full, I will not be able to lift them properly out of the bins. So the smaller bins are better at the moment, but I hate them. I hate everything about them. I wish we had space in the back garden to just have our big bins next to the house, and then we could just put rubbish in there as and when we were doing stuff in the kitchen. That would be wonderful, and it would free up so much space. But unfortunately, that is not an option for us, so we have to empty them 3 or 4 times a week instead. So now that's done, I'm going to give the floor a little sweep, get all the crumbs and stuff that's missed the bins. Why is there always stuff that's missed the bin? I don't understand how people miss the bin. It's pretty big. I mean, they're not the most enormous bins in the world, but they're pretty big. You should be able to get stuff in the bin, but there is always stuff behind them and up the wall and round the corner. It's absolutely crazy to me. But yeah, I've swept all that up now, and I'm just going to go over with a mop really quickly. Again, it's just some hot water with some of the last of my winter spice, I think it is, so Flora, in it. So it's smelling very festive in here today, which is kind of nice. I've been using this scent now for so long, though, that it doesn't even smell like Christmas to me anymore. It smells just like licorice or aniseed. It doesn't even smell like a spice anymore. Like, I can't smell the cinnamon or anything. So once that's gone, I won't be getting any more. So between then and now in the video, I'd popped out and did some errands. Went into town and got a birthday cake for my daughter and a couple of other bits that we needed. So now the washing up is all dry, the kitchen floor is dry, and I can move on and start putting all of those clean pans and bowls and cups and cutlery away where they should be, so that I've got a nice clear space to work with in the sink. Okay, so now that's all clear, I can give the draining board a quick clean. This is the kind of daily clean that I do on it. I just use my little wand brush. It's loaded with just washing up liquid. Give it a quick once over and then rinse it off with some clear water. Easy peasy, I do that daily. And then weekly I will come at it with a little bit more of a degreaser spray. So now that the kitchen's complete, I'm going to do a little bit around our dining table. Now I say a little bit, as you can see, there is quite a lot around here. But that, unfortunately, is all of my craft stuff. I have a big blanket box chest that has my craft stuff in, and I have a big red box that has all my craft stuff in. Now it is my intention to go through my craft stuff at some point this month. And try and clear all but like 2 projects worth, because I've just got so much stuff now, it's getting ridiculous. So I didn't do much there, but I did have a bit of a tidy up. After that I moved on to the bathroom. As you saw from the video that I took earlier on, there wasn't all that much to do in the bathroom, but you could definitely tell that a lot of people have been for a shower and just left stuff all over the sides. It's pretty standard in our house. Yes, it makes me crazy. I have got the shelves there for a reason, but as is family life, it doesn't always stand to reason, and people leave stuff around the bath all the time. And also somebody, and I can't figure out who, but one of them has been sticking hair to the wall and it's driving me crazy. I think when they're in the shower and they're shampooing their hair, as it's sort of coming out on their fingers, they're just sort of wiping it on the wall. And so there's always like hair on the tiles, and it's kind of grim and it's kind of disgusting. And I've got to figure out who it is, and then I'm going to make them clean it. But in the meantime, it's up to little old me, as usual, to get everything clean and done. So I've cleaned the shower because that had lots of watermarks on it. I cleaned the bathtub, but I forgot to press record. And now I'm just cleaning around the sink area. It's not too bad. One of the pluses of a very small bathroom is that it really doesn't take all that long to clean it. However bad it may look, I can be in and out of there in 20 minutes maximum, having cleaned everything. So it's actually really nice. The sink was particularly grimy today. I don't know what happened in there. I think my daughter had been doing some painting, and some paint was caught around the plug hole. So it took a little bit of doing, but I got it in the end. Thank goodness for acrylic paint. It comes off so much easier than any other kind of paint. And then it was just a case of polishing up the silverware and mirror. And the last room that I'm going to tackle today is the toilet. Again, another teeny weeny room. So another very quick room. By this point I was so fed up of cleaning. So it was very good that it was the last room. I just put some music on and powered through for the last 10 minutes just to get this room done. So in this room it's pretty much just dusting. I don't know why in this particular room it's so bad, but it's always really, really dusty in here. I could come in here tomorrow and it would look like it hadn't been dusted in 1,000 years. So it's a full-time job just to keep on top of the dust in here. But like I say, small room, quick clean, always a good thing. So I've just cleaned all the areas around the toilet, and now I'm going to go in with some flash wipes. I don't know where these came from. I didn't buy them. They just appeared in the bathroom, in the toilet, sorry. It must be my husband. But they come in handy for cleaning the toilet. I do usually use a microfiber that I can throw into a nice boil wash afterwards. But if I've got wipes, it does make my life easier. So I can just go through and clean. I always clean from the outside in with the toilet, to prevent moving bacteria from the bowl out onto the seats and the lids where you're going to be touching. So yeah, little tip there, always clean from the outside in, and it won't take you very long at all if you do it nice and regular like me. It does get a state in here, it really does. We're a family of 5 and we have only one toilet. We don't have a downstairs toilet or an ensuite or anything like that. So it does get mucky, and it does get mucky quickly. So it's nice that it's a quick room to clean. And with that we are all finished. So toilet, bathroom, kitchen and lounge all clean, refreshed, reset and ready to go for another week. I am exhausted. So I am off now to spend the rest of my day off doing some cross stitch and drinking some tea. I will see you all next time, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week and I'll see you again. Bye bye.